Okay, so if you're here, it's probably because you've seen my short about the resupply attack. If you haven't, this video is about the resupply attack, as the title might say. So, what happened to them? Let's not make this mistake again altogether. Let's protect Web3 from hackers and invasions. So, the resupply protocol was supposed to be easy, but it wasn't that easy. The user would lend a position to the curve pool and then get this position, right? He would put some curved USD, get the position. Then through the resupply, this is where the resupply protocol comes in check. The resupply would use this deposit as a staking position, and then the user can either earn high yield or borrow resupply USD, re-USD. So how did they lose $9.8 million? That's a good question. Let me reply to this question right now. So what happened is inflation attack. Because this resupply pair was based on the share value of this CV curve USD, the hacker just had to inflate the price of this CV curve USD share. And how did it do this? He did this by donating curve USD to this pool. So now he just transferred 2,000 curve USD. Then he mints one share. The formula to mint one share is here. Let me show it to you guys because I know that you want to know. So I'm sharing it with you guys so that we don't make the same mistake. The formula is convert to assets. You cannot see anything. It's too small. Let me zoom in. Better now, isn't it? Okay. Now, what it basically does, this formula, let me put it out for you, is this. It will do the shares times total assets divided by the total supply. So, if we look at how it works, when the user donated the assets, it was one share. One share times total assets 2,000 times to the 18 divided by 1,000 because there was initial supply of 1,000. So this gives us 2 times 10 to the power of 18. This is the price that he has to give in order to mint one way over share that we can see here, one way over share. So he spends 2 USD, 2 curve USD to mint this share. Okay, so now let's see how resupply makes prices or gets prices in its infrastructure. There's an oracle. The resupply pair calls get prices to the oracle, and the oracle calls convert to assets on the CV curve USD pool vault. Call it the way you like it. Okay, so this oracle we can see here. You cannot see anything because it's too small once again. Sorry about that. Okay, so we can see that the get prices function, this is the oracle, actually converts assets, as we said before, converts assets, but 118. So now, if the resupply pair calls get prices, he will get the answer from the oracle. But now we can see that with the inflated price, it's actually a little bit different. Look at here what we get. 1 times 10 to the 18 multiplied by 2,000 because we donated 2,000 assets. 2,000 times 10 to the 18 divided by 1,001 because there's 1,001 shares. We get 2 times 10 to the 2 times 10 to the power of 32. So this is the price that we get. So now if we go back to our little graph, we can see that the hacker will deposit one share of a collateral. One share of this CV curve USD pool, and then borrow 10 million. How can he do this? let's take a look at the code to get a deeper understanding of how this happened. So if we look at it, now we can see that he deposited, doesn't matter, but now we want to see borrow, how the borrowing works. We can see that here, okay, he will try to borrow 10 million with only one share. How it's possible? Well, there should be some protection, right? There should be some protection. Here we can see a modifier that should protect. It will actually check whether the borrower is solvent. But here's the issue. This solvency gets the price, gets the exchange rate, and the exchange rate is currently 0 because it is, and the exchange rate is calculated as such. Exchange rate equals 1 E36 divided by the Oracle price. But we just saw that the Oracle price is 2 E36. So this is why we get 0. So here, actually, we have the borrow amount times 0. So everything will be 0. So the loan to value can never be higher than the max loan to value. So it will always be 0. And basically, this allows to borrow $10 million. So I hope this was clear for everyone. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I hope this was clear for everyone. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. So the core issue was that the Oracle in the resupply pair would return 1 E36 divided by 2 E36. So it's 0. And then the hacker is actually always solvent because the asset is highly inflated. That's all for today. If you have any questions, let me know in the commentaries down below, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.